Good morning. It is Friday, May 15th, if you could believe it or not, which means if we were still going to campus, it would be our last Friday of the school year. I think we would end on Tuesday, the 19th, so we would have went back on Monday and Tuesday. I have a little different setup for you here. This way I could record a little bit longer of a video. I haven't made as many videos lately, and I think we're going to talk about quite a bit because we're ending, and I want to make sure, just a lot to go over. So I miss you a bunch, and I don't know how you all feel having to be indoors for so long and not see friends and not do things that we're used to doing. I know for me, it's been a long couple months, right? In the beginning, it was, oh wow, we get a little break we weren't expecting. Oh wow, we don't have to do certain things we thought we had to do. And then now it's, man, I kind of would gladly do those things to be able to get out and see you and hang out and learn and go to a baseball or football game. So yeah, just little things, just going. I used to go to the grocery store. One thing that has affected me is I used to go to the grocery store late at night when no one was there, like midnight, 1 a.m., and do my grocery shopping at that time, because there's just so much less people there, and you know, grocery stores are closed at 10, and that's a tiny little thing, you know, but now it's starting to wear on me a couple months in. At first it was whatever, there's far more problems, and now that it's been a couple months, it's starting to, the grocery stores are packed, and you got to wait in the line, and I'm not saying we shouldn't. That's the thing. We do have to take precaution, and masks are smart, and you know. So that's my venting. We're gonna go over a ton of things. One thing I want to start by saying is, please, after this video, while you're watching this video, pause the video, go tell your parents thank you, go say something nice to your mom, go say something nice to your grandma, dad, older brother or sister, whoever you live with that has been with you. Just go give them a compliment, tell them they look nice, do something nice for them. Just go say thank you, and it will mean a lot to them. So, that being said, I'm just going to go through all these different agendas up at the top. I know with this software that when I touch my mouse or move, it messes up the voice, so I'll probably not talk while I transition to each new slide. So here we go. The first slide is from Sumatra. He wanted this to be read to the class, and he just sent this yesterday, I believe on Thursday, and it's an I miss you guys. So you probably heard that we are going back to school for our next semester. So not this semester, but we should be going back next semester, and it's really sad. I hope all of you are still staying at Roger Bryant. I also hope that some of you are going to the same classroom I am for next semester. Even though we can't talk in person, I just wanted to say I love you all. I can't wait to see you next semester. Well, that's it for now. Bye. Actually, I would never say goodbye to you because there will never be an ending for the best classroom relationship. We will never break that relationship ever. Wait, I don't know. If Mr. Saltzman is the only one reading this, if you are, then, hi, Mr. Saltzman. While you're reading this, can you tell me if you're the only other person that can read my story? Because this is meant for the whole class. So if the students can't read it, then, well, that would be, I don't know, pretty dumb, I guess, but he didn't say that. Well, anyways, even if the whole class can't read my story, I just wanted to say I miss you and I can't wait to see you again. And that is very sweet and very nice and well written. So Sumatra wants to make sure that, it was a very good classroom that we had, and you made a lot of friends. And when you go to 5th grade, you will have 5 or 6 students that you were in Mr. Saltzman's class with. You'll have 5 or 6 students that you were in a class earlier, 3rd grade, 2nd grade, 1st grade, that you'll remember someone. Remember, we had 35 kids in our classroom, so some of those people that went to Mrs. Stewart's class, maybe you'll see an old friend that rejoined you in 5th grade. So the 5th grade teachers, again, are Miss Roner, Mrs. Flynn, Mrs. Hester, and Mrs. Derby. And Mrs. Hester has taught forever. I respect Miss Hester a lot. I try to learn from her. Mrs. Derby has taught a long time. Mrs. Roner is coming back. A lot of you know Mrs. Roner already because she was our reading coach, and she also taught first grade prior to that. And then Mrs. Flynn taught some of you in third grade, and now she will be going to fifth grade. So that's real interesting. So I'm going to move to the next slide. Sumatra, thank you so much for this. And I don't want to fall through on my side by saying I'll make a video every Friday over summer, but that's what I hope to do, and I still hope to share it with you through Class Dojo. And if anyone wants to continue to stay in touch with your friends from the class, or write something, or say, hey, this is what I've been up to, or this and that, I'll gladly read it on a video. There's my email address. You have it all summer. You have it all next year, really. But for all summer, you can email me, and I will make sure to share things with your fellow classmates through these videos to hopefully stay in touch. Hopefully things start to reopen. We'll go over that. You know, at this point, we all want things to kind of get back to normal and reopen. However, we have to see how everything goes once we do reopen, because once we do reopen, are things just going to go back to, oh no, this is going to overflow the hospitals and this is not good and too many people are getting sick? And I hope that's not the case, and we just have to kind of try things out right now because it's brand new. The last day of school, or towards the last day of school, I told the class, I said it was kind of like the monster down in the basement. Is there something, you hear this noise in the basement, is there something there? Isn't there something there? What is it? You're kind of worried, it could just be nothing, you're making it up, and so you're going to go downstairs, but you're also going to carry that broomstick and walk awfully cautiously down the stairs to see what's going on. You know, if it's that big monster, you want to swing the broom, and you want to be able to see it, and you want to be able to know, should I go run and hide and lock the door? You know, so that's where we're still at. And so at first it seemed like the strategy was, okay, we do need to make sure that we take a lot of precaution, and it was probably for a good reason. It's smart. You don't know how dangerous this thing is, right, in the basement, or the virus. And now we're saying, okay, well, we can't just stay locked up in our bedroom forever. And I know that's the safest that's the safest thing to do until we have some sort of cure, or a way we can befriend this monster downstairs, you know, become friends with it, and that would be what we call a vaccination. You get a vaccine, and now it won't make you sick anymore. There was something called smallpox. We take vaccines when we're very young, and even still as adults, when I go to college or even to go to elementary school, you have to have certain vaccinations in order to go. And there's, I guess, some religious reasons why you can not have them, but for the most part, vaccinations are normal. Some people get a flu vaccine every year to try to not get the flu. Some people don't believe that. I'm a believer in it. Do I get my flu vaccine every year? No, I should. I probably should. But, you know, the big one, smallpox, and then for the coronavirus, once we have a vaccination, everything should be able to go back to normal. You know, back to normal, where you can have 60,000 people at a football game. You can have all these people. Remember, we're Vegas strong. I got this out of the classroom. The classroom is done. And we are Vegas strong. I'm not even a huge Hawk fan. It's a beautiful jersey, right? And as a country, as a nation, as a world, as humans, we are strong. So, moving forward to the next thing. Again, when I move around, I think it messes up the voice. I know it does. So this was sent from Kenya, which was super nice. Hi, Mr. Saltzman. No, not Kenya. Yamilet. I'm sorry, Yamilet. Hi, Mr. Saltzman. I get confused. Sorry. Your moms have similar names. Last names. I think Petra and Perla. Hi, Mr. Saltzman. It's Yami. I wanted to know how are you and why you have not posted. I rewatch your videos every day, and I remember when all the boys went crazy with the music. That's right. I hear voices in my head, they talk to me. Anyhow, that one was a lot of fun, and we had 35 kids in there, and students that moved over to Mrs. Stewart's class, like Omar Sean. A few of the other ones really went crazy when that song went on. And the song that I still listen to and I work out to sometimes is Sunflower. I remember Jaden knew all the words, and a lot of you knew all the words, and you sang, and yes, it was a lot of fun. So that's kind of our motto, and our class song for the year for me was I Hear Voices, and also, which is Randy Orton, the wrestler's music, and also Sunflower, because you guys love that song so much, and we all like the movies Into the Spider-Verse. We actually watched that one day in class. Man, I really believe that you learned so much and we had fun, and that was my goal, right? That was our goal, beginning of 4th grade. I hope you could tell the 4th graders next year. I hope some of you come in and give them advice and tell them and say what we're all about. And it's about having fun and making sure you learn. Yes, you got to watch Willy Wonka, but you read it first and you learned some good lessons. Well, she got 2. All you need is 1. All you ever need is 1, because they don't go out, right? Or what are the other? Augustus, save some room for later. You know, he loved that chocolate river. So you learn and you have fun, and I do believe that's what we did. So Yamlet, it's really nice to hear from you. I missed the class a bunch. I really do. It was a lot of fun. So one thing that we can take from this is, oh, I hate going to school. Oh, I hate going to work. Oh, I hate doing this. Well, you know, it beats sitting at home not being able to do anything. And sometimes we take these things and we turn it into appreciation, right? We appreciate it more when we work hard for something or we lose something, and you don't know what you have till it's gone, right? That's the... Still drinking my coffee. So, we hear from Sumatra. We hear from Yamlet. I know Kenya's text me through Class Dojo. I know this week, finally, I got to hear from Serenity. She said she's doing great and okay, so that's real good. I've heard from Benicio, Amir, Albie. We've heard from... if I didn't mention your name, I apologize. I've heard from the Galatians. Oh no, it's been 2 months. So, you guys told me how are you and how's it going, and I forgot. I used to ask it to you every day. So, something like this, but I know that's not it, but it's that tone, and I can't remember. I'm sorry. I'm blanking. It's bugging me. Okay, I gotta move on or else I'm just gonna stay here for a few minutes. It is gonna bug me. Hopefully by the end of the video I can remember. So, we got Sumatra. We have everybody here. Your classmates. JC, you've been killing it on the Google Classroom. Ariana's wrote me a bunch of nice things. And not just me. When they write me, it's meant they miss the class. They miss their friends. They miss discussing things with you on the daily questions in the morning. They miss going to PE with you. They miss science class. They miss going to RTI and running down the halls. And you can't run. Come on, guys. Come on. Man. So, next we're going to go to just some updates for the coronavirus. It has nothing to do with the virus. It has to do with opening up. What's school going to look like? What's... one of the casinos, the Strip, which so many people work, so many of your parents, so many of your family members, or here in Las Vegas work at the Strip, whether it's at a casino, a restaurant, a retail store. So, okay, so this is our governor. Remember, we did some local government. Every state has 1 governor and 2 senators, right? 1 governor, 2 senators. Those 2 senators... For each state, that makes 100 senators. There's 100 senators in our Senate and Congress. In 5th grade, you learn all about Congress. I guess with this computer, you get to see all my tabs. Teaching, building the fantasy, UNLV, fantasy sports, Madden and boxing, random, cooking, investing, sports card business, finances, and daily. So though I don't use this computer as much, but I used to teach VIP Kid a bunch from this computer, which I've been doing a little. And so this was my main hub here. And I did want to show you. I'm still waking up at 5 a.m. to teach some students in China. I've taught Ken here for 4 years. Donnie and David I've taught for 4 years. They live in China. As you can see at 5 a.m. on that top one, it's 8 p.m. over in Beijing, China. So at least I'm seeing a few students this way and still keeping in touch somehow, or else I'd be going a little crazy. So just the main reason I showed this, we don't have to work as hard. It's summer, but you still should be doing something. So before we get to Mr. Governor Sisolak, which each state has 1 governor, meaning there's 50 governors, I want to point something out here. So here's books and math. Okay, so if you read just 1 book every summer, before 5th grade, that would be this summer, before 6th grade, before 7th, before 8th, before 9th, before 10th, before 11th, before 12th. Okay, in 12th grade senior year, that would be 8 books that you would not read at all. if you read no books every summer. Now let's times that by 2 and say you read 2 books instead of 1 every summer. And I'm not talking about a second grade book that's 10 pages or a lot of pictures. I'm talking about your Percy Jacksons, your Harry Potters, something that's a chapter book that you get invested, that it also it's extremely fun. It also teaches good lessons. It also makes you think. It makes you go somewhere where you're not thinking about anything else but this story, right? So that would be 16 books. That's huge. I mean, that's a lot. That's very good. Same thing with math. If you taught yourself 1 extra math, so for instance, we only got to do perimeter a little, or area, or you wanted to learn multiplication a little better, or you want just 1 extra thing in math, again, that would be 8 strategies, 8 ideas that you wouldn't have had if you do nothing over summer. So that would have been what I said in class as well, is, hey man, go home, make sure you're, hey girl, hey man, make sure you're still make sure you're still reading a book every day. You know, and if it's not a book and you prefer to read about Pokemon, buy some Pokemon books. Go on the internet and read all about Pokemon, but you're reading. You know, that's important. So it doesn't really, I do think you should be reading those books though. You know, books at this point, you're going to be going into 5th grade. I do think some chapter books at this point, for most of you, the majority of the class, it should be, we're getting to that point, because middle school, you're definitely going to be asked to read tough, you know, the books that we read together, that I read to you in 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th grade, those are books that you're expected to read on your own. Okay, Governor Sisolak. He declared, this was on May 12th, is May 15th. This was updated May 13th. It was posted on May 11th. So today's May 5th, so beginning of the week. Today's Friday, so this happened Monday and Wednesday. Okay, so Sisolak declared a state of fiscal emergency. That's money. Okay, fiscal means finances, money. All right, and since no one's been able to work, it makes sense that it's a financial emergency, because nobody's working. You know, no money's coming in. There's no tourism. Tourism in Nevada, we tax it. We make a lot of money off tourists, which is good for our city. It's good for our state. With the closure of Nevada businesses, including the gaming industry, which is the casinos, and our tourism, the drop in revenue was not unexpected. We appreciate additional assistance. Okay, so basically all this means is they can go retool the budget. But this is what happened, and you can see main reason I have this article open is if you look down here, MGM, which is one of the casinos, releases casino reopening plan. You go a couple under that. Down towards the very bottom, the last one, Caesars Palace. They own a bunch of the casinos on the Strip. A reopening plan. Okay, so we are going to June and July. We're going to start seeing things reopen, seeing things relax, and hopefully the virus doesn't get worse. Hopefully. You know, let's all cross our fingers that we could do this and the numbers stay down, and we can continue to open up and live our lives, and be, you know, I know a lot of you want to go to Wet and Wild Water Park. I know a lot of you want to go on some hikes with your friends. I know a lot of you want to be able to go on the plane and visit your family like you're supposed to in the summer. You know, I know. So it's getting a little out of hand now. And for some of us, you know, this is what you got to do. You got to work out, play some video games, read a book, watch a movie, hang out with the family you got, talk on the phone, and think positively, right? So I don't want to beat it down to a negative, you know. By the way, what I did all week, I did report cards. I went in on Monday again to finish the classroom, and UNLV ended for me. So I had a lot of finals and things that do. So to answer Yamalet, part of me is I'm feeling a little down and glum. I don't get to see anybody. I don't get to go do anything. I really wanted to have my my amateur fight this summer, and that's not going to happen. And I've been working so hard for that, and I really wanted it to see you guys and have our school year end on a high note. And so I have been a little bummed. I've also been real busy with report cards and the end of the school year and finishing my UNLV work. So again, on Fridays, I'm not going to say every video is going to be this long, but even through summer, just if we're all going to be stuck inside, I will still share anything through, I hope we're still recording here, through video. If you send me something like Sumatra did, that should be shared with the class, you know, I'd love to keep in touch that way. So, and I know I'm all over the place here. Some teachers have done these Google Meets, right, where everyone logs on, they do the video chat, oh, hello. For me, that was a little intimidating to get everyone on. It was hard enough to get people on Google Classroom. It was hard enough to get people on Class Dojo to sit there and have to bug parents and bug the students to, hey, we're doing this, come on. You know, it was a lot of work. I felt it was a little too much. And so maybe if you were in 6th or 7th grade where everyone was a little more independent on computers, even 5th grade maybe, and through all this, and not that you are, it just seemed like a lot. And so I apologize that we didn't do that, but this is the best I can do, is many teachers and many classrooms don't do the videos, and that was my way of keeping in touch and keeping us all together. So again, on Fridays I'll release videos. If you want, you have my email address, you send me anything, and I'll share it with you. So this is about reopening. Now this more touches you and me, our lives, because my job is a teacher, and your job is to go to school. Okay. While schools remain closed, meal distribution. Okay, I think I'm too low. This is something from our superintendent, Dr. Jara. And this is about schools reopening. They said it could. Okay. Facilities abilities will remain closed through the 2019-2020 school year. That's 4th grade. Okay, everyone's moving on to 5th grade. On Thursday, they floated the idea, the school year start as late as Labor Day. That way it gives us some more time to prepare, see where the virus goes, get a vaccination, find a cure. School, as of right now, is supposed to start again on August 10th, 2020. You will be in 5th grade, your first day of 5th grade, up in the top buildings. If you're still going to Roger Bryan, will be August 10th, 2020. The idea has been out there that maybe we have to extend it a little, and it sounds like the latest they would extend it, or want to extend it to start the school year, is possibly September 7th, giving an extra 3 or 4 weeks to get our game together. Right, so while schools remain closed, meal distribution continues to serve on average of 30,000 students per day at CCSD here in Las Vegas. And they will continue to stay open until June 30th. So that's well after the school year closes. The school year is done next Tuesday, on May 19th. They're going to stay open until June 30th or until the Department of Agriculture waives the summer meal program. So whichever comes first. So hopefully it continues June 30th, which would be awesome. That being said, meal distribution. The Clark County School District will continue providing meals starting April 27th at 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. I would assume by now most parents, most people have been going through this over 2 months now. If you've wanted food, needed food, you've already done this, but it's still good to have the information. If an ID card is not present, please be able to provide the following information: the name, possibly the ID number, what school they go to, what grade. So you should have the ID card. If not, which I noticed most of the students' ID cards were in the classroom, and I turned them in when I was cleaning. So you probably don't have the ID card, but you can still get the food without the ID card. The high school, Spring Valley High, was the closest, at least before. I think they're still open, and these are extra here, but there's the names if possibly it's not open through summer. So there's the information for food. There's also online, but to be going through summer, I know that they give quite a bit of food there because, you know, they have to get rid of it all on that day. I don't know how it works, but I've seen posts on social media where, wow, they're really being generous with the food. It's Basically what you ate at lunch, by the way. The fruit, the veggies that come packaged, the burrito, the chimichanga, whatever, tostada, hamburger, veggie burger. That's what they're giving out there. What do we got? So I think the next thing we're moving to is, again, this is going to be the most emotional part for me. I picked a random day. Happy Thursday, February 6th. It looks like the day, the week after, no, it looks like, yeah, the week after the Super Bowl. Super Bowl was on Sunday, must have been, because the Chiefs are the winners here. So this was the random day. I know every time I touch that it's going to mess my audio up. What was your favorite place to walk? This happened to be the day I think Miss Malone came in and observed us, and we built the domain for Ivan, and it was all about math and all the different lines and angles you learn. You learned so much this year, and here's what needs to happen. Over summer, continue to do, if you just do Khan Academy for a half hour a day, or Prodigy for a half hour a day, that's every day, it's going to add up. It will add in just 30 minutes. Some of this stuff will be refreshed. I already forgot we learned some of this. I bet you already forgot you learned some of this because we haven't been doing it for a couple months in class. You know, and so, it bugs me, but that's just how it goes, you know. So please, for your benefit, do some Khan Academy every day, just a little bit. You know, 2 lessons, 1 lesson. It adds up. It keeps your mind fresh. You know, that's really what it is. For me, I'm taking summer school. I just finished UNLV. In 3 weeks, I'm starting summer school. You know, but it keeps my mind going, keeps my mind fresh, makes me a better teacher. So for you, same thing. You know, it doesn't have to be so hardcore. It doesn't. You don't have to do 6, 7, 8 hours. Some of you are go-getters. Go do it. You know, some of you might not do much in the summer, and so what I challenge you is do 30 minutes every day. Read that book 30 minutes every day. If you read every day 30 minutes, in 2 weeks you'll finish the book and you'll pick up a second book. It's great. Anyhow, this is what we did every day. We had these cool slideshows. This was our year, right? It was awesome, and I hope you have a great 5th grade, and I'm really happy I'll be on the 2nd level. If you're still going to Roger Bryan, I know Mia had mentioned maybe she's not going to Roger Bryan anymore, but you know what? You're a great kid, and if you're not going to Roger Bryan, that's how it goes. You got to move, and the more we could adapt, you see with the coronavirus, the more we could, you know, flow with the punches, the better. You know, it's not easy, right? For being a kid, being an adult, but we do our best, and we smile, and we enjoy. Math Olympics, recess, debate week, which I'm doing next year again because I think it made you better writers. I really was worried about debate. It was fun. It was good. It was very interesting, but I was like, man, maybe it didn't. But then once we got to writing the 5-paragraph essays, oh my gosh, your 5-paragraph essays were so good. And I attribute it to because how debate was going. You know, you really got to see the breakdown of the debate, and it's the same thing with your essays. I was really proud how your essays were by the end of the year. Your animal essays were great. And your slideshows were great. It's another one. Maybe you don't want to do math every day for a half hour, but maybe you want to do a project and research something and do a Google slideshow every week. Keep your mind active. Keep doing something. You know, it's very important. Don't just be listening to YouTube videos, watching. I do. I mean, I play video games. I watch the YouTube videos. I, you know, do some things that have nothing to do with staying on top of it. I make sure to try a little. Debate week. You guys introduced me to, Coyote Peterson, who apparently got stung by one of these. Did we watch that one? I don't remember, but now we have the murder hornets? Whatever these new insect is that was from Asia that came to, now it's only in the state of Washington, but anyhow, I guess Coyote Peterson got stung by one of those. We might have watched it in class, I can't remember, but you guys really liked those videos. The person I remember the most liked those videos was Albie. And this was below was your slides, and your slides were so good. There was your 4th grade job there, ladies and gentlemen. So it was a lot of fun. It was a really good school year. It's a shame that it didn't end in class and with an auction. Today would have been our last auction of the year. So Speaking of this, I have this. I would have not auctioned any of these, but it's something I bought. I think it was $6 on Amazon, and it was 24 or 20 something of these, all these different Kobe stickers. So it's pretty cool. I put some on my Chromebook, my own personal one. And I bought like 2 sets. One set I'll never use. And have you seen Los Angeles at 4 a.m.? There's Kobe with the trophy. So hopefully this video is recording. Hopefully it's picking up my audio well. I'm using a better program this time with my older laptop. I know it messes up the audio when I know for a fact when I use the mouse or move, but other than that, I think it should work. We're finishing towards the end of the video. I know it's a longer one, so thanks for watching. You know, here we have Ray and Benicio did a great job with the lunch baskets all year, and our bankers and our tellers, and I, you know, a lot of you, Cody was the sub, and some other people that really, you know, like Andrew or Max, they would do different jobs. Gabriel, you know, so our tech leaders were great. If I didn't mention your name, you know, it was just, it was awesome, right? So it was a lot of fun. That was our school year. Okay, now here's, I dropped the ball on this one a little bit. When I made this, I didn't hit collect all email addresses. So now I clicked it. But the problem is that now it just has you labeled as response 1, response 2. So we do not know who filled these out, who said what, unfortunately. It almost always collects these. I haven't had this issue. We had this issue here. So be it. So we asked some questions. How good is my question? What have you been doing during the quarantine? That was question 1. Roblox, people said. My favorite game during quarantine is playing Uno with my sister. Playing Uno, a card game. I can't believe Uno is so popular. I played Uno when I was a kid. Great game. Roblox and Minecraft. Nerf gun practice. Madden and NBA 2K19. I bet you that's maybe JC. The Nerf gun, I remember Hugo, who went to Mrs. Stewart's class, liked the Nerf guns. I don't know who else, maybe Amir. Fortnite, Minecraft could definitely be Amir. Absolutely nothing. Very nice, very nice. You better read. You better read. You better read. Just Dance. Okay, Minecraft. So I guess this was what games have you been playing, so I apologize. So absolutely nothing might have been Zachary, because I know you're not a big video gamer. Line of Minecraft, Fortnite, Roblox. That's what it's been. Some Uno, some Guess Who. Guess Who's the board game. Very fun. And then there's another Uno. So shame we couldn't put the face to the name or who said what, but we have the wrestling game with 2 responses. So I'm guessing someone answered just twice, filled it out twice. The books. Oh, this is what was the question? What books are you reading? Apologize. So the wrestling game. The books I'm currently reading are A Wrinkle in Time, Klepto Cats, Klepto Dogs, and the Ellie Ultra. Very impressive. Wow. Mercy Watson, Arthur and the Mystery Envelope. I won't read a book. I be on Read Theory. Well, you should read a book. I do like that you're on Read Theory. Here's the thing with Read Theory, whoever wrote that. Okay, Read Theory is great because you read a passage, you answer some comprehension questions. Here's what it doesn't do. You don't start to get the idea of who the main characters are. You don't start to really learn about this character and see who they are and build a full picture, because that takes chapters. You don't see how this character interacts in certain situations. You don't see the longer picture, right? And eventually, in school, you're going to be forced to read bigger books. It's going to be a requirement. So the sooner you can get reading more books, the better. But Read Theory is very good. Percy Jackson, good. Captain Underpants and Dogman. Harry Potter and Half-Blood Prince. Dragon with the Chocolate Heart. Alice in the Wonderland. Captain Underpants. Percy Jackson. Harry Potter. Amulet. Comics. The Bible. I remember who also transferred was Precious would be reading the Bible with you. Comics, I would guess comics. Gabriel, JC, Jaden, Amulet, I remember Zach liked, but I have a feeling that was not him. I know JC liked Amulet. Albie, a lot of you really liked Amulet. Sefwan liked Captain Underpants and Dogman. Percy Jackson, Cody maybe. Harry Potter, probably a bunch of you I still think are reading Harry Potter. Sophia, Angie, Amir said he's on book 4 now. If I didn't mention your name, apologize. I wish we had the names here. I could show you, but unfortunately it doesn't say our name. Okay, number 3. What do you eat the most of during quarantine? Pasta. The thing I eat the most of is ramen, which is a type of pasta. I usually eat rice. I eat rice and soup, homemade food, Mexican food. Mexican food might be omelette. Sticky rice might be Francesco, Zachary. Sticky rice. Who else in our class might be big on the sticky rice? Ice cream sounds awesome. Sandwiches. Mexican food might have been Ariana. Who else? Maybe Benicio Velez. Amir didn't talk too much about eating. I feel like Amir talked more about American food, but Yamlet and Ariana and Benicio talked about Mexican food quite often. Sumatra might be the sticky rice he talked about, and he would often have some, well, normally Sumatra's lunch was, he would pack himself, and Sumatra, good job on packing your lunch, but it was generally some leftovers or what they have for dinner, or Jackie used to have some good lunches with the eggs. Her sister, I think, would sometimes pack her lunch, and string cheese. I remember. Who else? Max always had a nice packed lunch. Zachary's lunch was, if your mom or dad or Zachary, if you're watching this, it's the best lunch in the school, I think. I think definitely the best lunch in the school. Consistently every day. So, yeah, and then a lot of us ate the school lunch, including me. I might get down on a burrito once a week. Or what else? A lot of you like the pineapple from school. I'm not a big pineapple person. The chicken sandwich wasn't bad, right? Okay. Chicken, yogurt, ice cream again, yogurt, chicken, soup, eggs, cereal. Cereal's a good one, easy, go-to, no parents needed. You pour the cereal, you pour the milk, you're done. Ham. Ham is a good answer. Didn't see that coming. I'm guessing ham that you put on a sandwich is what I'm guessing. Not like a big ham you have to bake on Christmas. How do you get sunshine? I go to Gramps' house. Awesome. That's what I called my grandpa, was Gramps. By going play outside, doing barbecues with my family. Awesome. I've seen Amir pictures of him hanging out in the backyard with his family. Open my windows to get light, or I go watch the dog outside. Okay, I go out with my electric scooter, ride around for 10 minutes. That's awesome. I took a walk outside, sat outside, played outside. Great. Go for a walk on my outdoor seating. Excellent. Take a walk for an hour or two. I know Amir's mom was saying she's been going on walks with her kids, Amir and his sisters. I don't know if that could be plethora means many. That could be many people going out for walks, so excellent job. I take a drive with my mom and Philip. I know who that is. That's Ariana. That's actually what I've been doing. Normally, though, I go on my drives when the sun is down, like later at night. But yes, drives are awesome. I've gone on 2 drives during the day. Both times, one by myself, the other one was with my mom. We went out to Lake Mead. Lake Mead was closed, but I never saw never seen Lake Mead. I never saw Lake Mead. I never went to Lake Mead. And so we went and we looked at Lake Mead, although it was closed. That was pretty cool. Opening the window and curtains. Come on, get outside a little bit. But yes, that's unfortunately often how I've been getting too much of my sun, is just by opening the curtains. When I ride my bike outside, excellent. I go outside to play, good. Walking in my backyard, I do the same. My swimming pool, awesome, by going outside and playing outside. Excellent. Number 5, what movies have you watched more than once? I've been binge watching a lot of TV. Not too many movies more than once for myself. Harry Potter, Bratz, Frozen 2, Sonic the Hedgehog, the new movie. That's pretty cool. I watched Black Panther a ton during quarantine. I don't blame you. That's a really good movie. Belixir, High Private Eye, Splitting Atom, and Swindle. That's a mouthful. I haven't watched any movies more than once. I have to agree. I don't think I've watched... Have I watched anything more than once? Maybe TV shows. I did not watch movies. Ralph Breaks the Internet. That's a good one. Looney Tunes Back in Action. Awesome. I did not watch a movie. Hotel Transylvania is real good. Willow Bees, which is on Netflix. I have not watched. I did watch Onward. Jungle Book, 5 movies. Frozen 2. Endgame, I did watch Endgame finally. I liked it. Shazam and Pets 2. Final question, what TV show have you watched the most of? I've watched a lot of The Office. I've watched Top Chef, The News, The Last Dance, the Michael Jordan documentary is very, very good. The Miraculous Ladybug and Victorious. Well, I have watched Miraculous Ladybug over and over and over and over again. What is it? Forever. The Sandlot. The TV show I watched most is Hunter x Hunter and Attack on Titan. I remember Attack on Titan was popular. Isn't it Teen Titans? I don't know. I haven't watched any TV shows, same as the question above. The Impractical Jokers is a great show. I love that show. That's a very funny show. Yeah, those guys are funny. Don't be pulling any practical jokes on me or any of your teachers, but if your friends can hang and they're all in good taste, that show's very funny. Did not watch TV. I don't have one. Good for you. I know Sumatra's not watching TV. I talked to him and I know him pretty well. I know Zachary doesn't watch much TV. Other than that, I'm not quite sure who does not. I forgot. Austin and Allie. Cartoon Network. Awesome. Excellent choice. Casey Undercover. Shark Tank. Ding, 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 ding. I remember Angie liked Shark Tank. I'm going to say that's Angie's answer. I like Shark Tank a lot too. I've not watched Shark Tank much during quarantine, but right before quarantine, because you heard about me talk a lot about it in class, I was watching a ton of Shark Tank. It just, by the time quarantine happened, I had binge watched all the Shark Tank I could. I think I also canceled my Hulu subscription when I bought my car, tried to save a little money, $6, but still a little bit here and there. Okay, this video is really long. I'm sorry. Maybe it's good. Maybe you've watched this whole thing and are happy. Maybe you're like, Mr. Saltzman, can we be done with this already? Maybe you've stopped it. If you're still watching, thank you. Last thing I'm going to do. 5 reasons why you should go to school. Number 1, there's this thing called the Perfect Attendance Award, okay? So for the ultra-competitive students, scoring this award is a great honor. Actually, it's a great honor even if you're not competitive, and it's pretty awesome. Being at school every day means fighting through the days when you have the blahs, right? We all get them. It happens to all of us. And that means that even when you were sick or had the blahs, you still fought through. So that's for the competitive, that's for the extra, you know, and it's also for just the people that feel that's where they want to be. That's their duty, right? How many days of school did I miss this year? None. I was going to probably miss for the NFL draft, but that'll change pretty quickly. What about your friends? That's right. And now, 2 months into lockdown, no school, I bet you want to go to school just so you can see your friends. I know I do. I want to see all of you. You know, I was your teacher. You know, so sometimes, but I'm also your friend, right? And you were my friend, and you had so many friends in the classroom that you hung out with at lunch, at school, at recess, after school, you walked home with. So, you know, you hung out with on the weekend. Friends are always a good thing to see at school. Spirit. So we would sing the Roger Bryan song every morning. We would be proud to be from Roger Bryan, right? We're proud to be in Las Vegas. Vegas strong. So there is nothing like school bursting at the seams with school spirit. Not only do you think school is the best place in the entire universe, you want others to agree. Come on, who wouldn't? And so I tried to bring that spirit. Many of you tried to bring that spirit. I'm going to give a big shout out to Zachary because, man, that guy, you knew when he was singing in the morning and you knew when he wasn't. Okay, this is a big one. You're getting prepared for life. That's right, because every day, you know what? Unless you get super lucky and win the lottery, okay, some people get lucky, but for the majority of us, we have to work hard, and we have to wake up, and we have to persevere, and we have to do things we don't want to do. But you know what? It makes us better and stronger and more successful and builds things around us that we enjoy and love. But it takes a lot of hard work, and the more you go to school, it not only prepares you academically, what is 3 plus 3, what is 3 times 3, what's the square root of 3, take it easy. But it also teaches you how to make a friend. It teaches you how to get what situations, how to act accordingly, certain areas, certain places. This year I tried to teach you about economy and the bank and how to be... I remember our first auction, there was a few students just bawling, crying. They didn't win anything, and I felt bad. But you know what? That's a life lesson. You got to save money. You got to not get fined. You gotta. Not everyone gets everything. You don't get everything you want. So these are lessons that school helps prepare you for. And finally, it's so much fun, and we had fun. We had fun. Not every school year is going to be so fun. Not every year of life, as 2020 has shown us, is going to be so fun. But you get through it, and you make the best of it, and then we appreciate it more when we're on the other side, right? I love you guys so much. I miss you a bunch. I know that you miss your classmates. I know that you miss the classroom. That's all I had. I know it's a lot. I know that was a long video. I have no idea. I'm guessing closer to the hour side than 30 minutes. Leave it with this. Over summer, there is absolutely no reason you don't have to do all this. You don't have to do each one for an hour, but there's absolutely no reason you can't do something on this list. Whether it's Prodigy a little bit, whether it's Khan Academy a little bit, whether it's read some, do some Google Classroom, some Google Slides projects to share with your family or whomever to understand something better. So anyhow, I will continue to make videos Friday. I'll put out the last couple videos. They'll be short on Monday and Tuesday, saying our goodbyes. Email me, write me. Maybe I'll put something on Google Classroom so you can write saying your goodbyes and thank yous to your friends and I miss yous, and I will share it. And then every Friday through summer, as long as we have this crazy stuff going on, I will share a video on YouTube and Class Dojo with you. And hopefully on August 10th, we will all be back at Roger Bryan for 5th grade. On the final note, if you made it this far, you get a little insight to Roger Bryan. It sounds like they are not going to be giving back the little... I made a baggie with everyone's personal items. Nothing real big, to be honest. There was nothing. I think the biggest thing I found was Mr. Sefwan, you had a dollar bill in yours. So that's stuffed in the bag. Other than that, most of the things... Sophia, your poem book might have been... I can't remember. Anyhow, everything's nice and tucked away, but it sounds to me like we're not going to be giving it back. Not my choice, Roger Bryan, the school district, until the next school year. So as far as I understand, or until this quarantine, we go to phase 2 or phase 3, and we're able to open it back up. But anyhow, miss you a bunch. Thank you for all your kind words. Thank you for all your hard work. You had an excellent 4th grade year. I'm proud of every single one of you. Do a little bit of work, have a lot of bit of fun, tell your parents something nice. If you didn't pause it earlier, if you didn't say something earlier, it's the end of the video, you're going to finish, I'm going to end it there, and then when you finish and you say, oh man, Mr. Saltzman, stop talking, you know what I need to go do? I'm going to go say, Mom, Dad, Grandma, Grandpa, brother, sister, whomever, I love you, auntie, uncle, thank you so much, and you look nice today. Goodbye.